we have this Flyers Flames deal.
Yeah, I have some of these in draft. I'm going to be working on these posts, but this is another trade where if I'm like grading the trade, which this post will be out, I'm giving the Calgary Flames an A+ and the Flyers an F.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot to go over, and we'll see what you think about this. But first and foremost, Jacob Pelletier was on waivers. Any team could have had this guy. Like, he was literally on waivers to start the year. Nobody claimed him. Now, he started the year in the AHL. He gets called up, and he looks pretty good. Former first-round pick on the smaller side. He looks like he's gotten better since last year. Grant you that.
Yep.
But if you liked Pelletier, why don't you just claim him? Like, who's on your Flyers team to where, we don't have the roster spot, we can't claim him? Like, if you liked him so much, why didn't you claim him? And then B, hasn't Kuzmenko shown us enough? He's not playable either. I mean, he's a healthy scratch the whole year. And I'm trying to look like, why would the Flyers make this move? Why would the Flyers make this move? And apparently it all stems because they wanted a Russian to play with Michkov.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like.
So you took an obvious L on this trade because Kuzmenko and Michkov know each other?
And for what it's worth, I mean, Michkov is not a guy that you listen to like Colorado should have listened to McKinnon with the Rantanen trade. Look, he's got a bright future. He's a skilled guy, but he's a rookie. I don't know why and especially with a coach like Tortorella, I have no idea why you make this deal.
Good luck with Kuzmenko on Tortorella. I mean, we've seen enough of Kuzmenko to know when somebody tells you who he is, believe him. The Canucks, healthy scratched him. Couldn't wait to get rid of him. The Flames, healthy scratched him. Couldn't wait to get rid of him. What makes you think that he's going to turn the corner for you? He's arguably the slowest forward skater in the league. He's painfully slow. He doesn't defend at all. And he's only good for maybe being a power play specialist. That is it. That's the only thing he can do. To give up Farabee and Frost for that is so horrible. Horrible.
I like Farabee. I think he's a pretty good player. And
he is a good player. And here's the craziest part about this. You needed the 7th round pick. Like the 7th round pick in 2028 was really the pick that made you say, we're not going to do this. But if you throw that 2028 7th round pick, we'll do it. Like, what are we talking about here?
What's going on?
By the way, Farabee, he's 24 years old. He's under contract for a while. And we're talking about a guy who, 2023, 2024 season, he had 50 points as a 23-year-old.
Someone you should probably keep for a rebuild. Sorry, Andrew, but for a rebuilding team, I feel like that's a guy you should keep a hold of.
And by the way, that comes during a season where he had 7 total points on the power play. So he had 50 points on the season with 7 of them and wasn't on the power play. Like, you don't think that guy's going to get better?
You have him cost controlled for, he'll grow with this team, these young guys
and
you have.
By the way, with the cap going way up, his $5 million
can look like nothing.
His $5 million right now is reasonable. 2 years from now, it's going to be, holy shit. That's going to be one of the best contracts in the league. And they couldn't wait to get rid of him. And it sounds like they made this trade because Tortorella decided he didn't like him and wasn't part of the future. Wait, you're going to like Kuzmenko. I'm sure of that. I'm positive of that. And here's the other thing about this trade. Philadelphia doesn't have any good centers. Who plays center for Philadelphia that you're like, yep, we know he's going to be a keeper? It's old ass Couturier.
And who else?
And then nothing? Like, they don't have any centers. Morgan Frost, you can pencil him in. He's going to be a good defensive third line. And by the way, he scored in his first game. He's going to be good defensively. I can at least count on that. With this Flyers part of the trade, I can't count on any of it. I don't know if Pelletier is really an NHL player. He's really small. He was on waivers to start the year. Maybe he's turned the corner, but how good really is he? Kuzmenko is pretty much unplayable, and I get a second rounder.
They don't hit a home run on that second rounder. This is a complete F.
Disaster. And by the way, hey, the Calgary Flames, it looks like they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, which I didn't necessarily see coming, but they're really not terrible. Like they're really Kadri, again, we said this earlier, pain in the ass to play against. And he's not a number one center, but he's close to it. Huberdeau has taken a step forward.
Bouncing back.
They have two really good D in Uyghur and Rasmus Anderson.
Yep.
This is two more pieces to where Calgary's biggest problem all year was scoring goals. If they can get some goal scoring production out of Farabee, which I think they will eventually, maybe not today, but sometime tomorrow they will. This is a home run trade by Craig Conroy, and I really don't know how he even pulled it off. I thought he would have had to give away a second round pick just to get rid of Kuzmenko.
They got two keepers for the
and they're way under the cap. They have like 15 million in cap space, so they like eating these Frost and Farabee contracts really isn't a problem for them. And nobody really wants to go to Calgary anyway in free agency.
That's the thing. So, can you make someone go to Calgary?
So like eating these is like, oh well, at least Philadelphia cleared the cap space. It's like, well, Calgary has plenty of it. Like they could eat two more Farabees and still have cap space.
And probably be pretty happy about it.
And the money, like, they're really not saving that much money because Kuzmenko makes a decent chunk of change too.
I guess he's a free agent, so at least Well, what does it matter?
Good luck. Good luck with Kuzmenko. Like, have people seen Kuzmenko?
Doesn't seem like it. Based on what the Flyers front office is thinking, I don't know if they've been.
Well, he's been scratched. They don't even put him in the lineup.